Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, guys.
Welcome to the Friday. Was it the Reseller Chinwag #2? I have to look at the title.
Why you look at me
because I forget the title sometimes. That's all. So I was oops, apologies for that. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I just have to look at the title. So as you can see from the title, guys. First of all, hello to everyone that's already in the chat. I can see ads. Can see Darren, happy chap. As well in there. I see Julie Hall, hi. Richard Payne's in, Trisha J's in, Jason Entwistle's in, Hooper's in. Fantastic. We've got 15 people already in. So really appreciate you guys turning up for the Reseller Chinwag. Heather Wood, hi Heather, hi Nick. How are you doing? Brilliant to see so many people on a Friday evening.
Day of the week. It's Friday.
Bec Nuke's in as well. Chrissy Bond as well. Mrs. H is fantastic. Wow, we're up 30 people.
And Amanda as well.
Amanda's in as well. Hi. Wow, this is fantastic. Hi Richard, how are you doing? So as you can see from the title, guys, we thought that today we're going to talk about Shestastic is in as well. All right. Today we thought we'd talk about a couple of things. We thought we'd talk about what it's like working with your other half, because obviously
we've been working together for about
3 months, coming up to 3 months now.
Is it 3 months really?
Well, kind of. Yeah, August, September. That's 2. And this is October. So
wow.
Yeah, it's coming up to 3 months.
That's
got a few shamons in the chat there. From Chris. There will be no chings. I have actually put my phone on silent.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, actually, I have actually had a sale. I think. Yeah. No, that was one from before. That's fine. What we're gonna do? Where is MJ? MJ's around. Yeah. It's 3 months. Yeah. It's been 3 months, and we wanted to talk about that. So we wanted to talk about what it's like to work together.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of little things that you have to get used to, don't you?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the main topic of the show. But before we go on to that, we also wanted to do like our weekly update, didn't we?
Yeah.
Weekly sales update and what it's been like. You can pop questions in the chat as well if you guys want. We'll scroll through them.
Yeah.
I can see I've been called the Sniffmeister. Big Nick asked, do your mobiles buzz when you make a sale? Yes, because we're both logged into the account.
They do.
So,
although I normally have my phone on silent a lot of the time, so it would just vibrate on mine. But my phone's not even in the room, so.
Chris says we're clashing with Top of the Pops. I do apologize.
Sorry.
And there's no way I could sack Rebecca. I don't think that would work. If anyone's getting sacked,
who would get any work done?
If anyone's getting sacked, it would be me.
Definitely.
Okay. Amanda Prissy asks, what have you sniffed today? Is it?
I'm not sure you want to know.
Nothing. Your dinner.
Dinner, yeah.
Your dinner. That was nice, actually. But yeah, we're going to talk about what it's like to work as a couple. Whether you're married or as a partnership or whatever. Just working with someone. But the dynamic of working with someone that you live with anyway.
Yeah.
So you get to see a whole lot more.
Exactly.
So we have to kind of talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about our sales now. And you can see in the title, I've also put European Sales Booster Program or European Sales Booster. Now, our sales have been atrocious. They were bad last week, and I think they were probably even worse this week. So it's just been a very tough week. We're putting a brave face on it because
we are.
What's the point of getting upset?
The other side of it is.
We've been working hard
on the listing, so at least our listings have been going up.
It's one of those situations where even though the sales have been really bad, because we've worked hard, we kind of feel quite good about that.
Yeah.
We've actually gotten ourselves up to 840 something listings now, as well as sending in a few bits to Amazon, etc. But the sales have just kind of just they're just a lot worse than they should be. And the reason why I've put European Sales Booster in the title of the chat is because
it was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've had 2 terrible weeks from the beginning of October.
Yes.
Okay, so the whole of October so far has been bad for us, not great at all. And it also happened that on the beginning of October, when I logged into eBay, I was presented with this lovely screen from the eBay, the European Sales Booster program, powered by a company called Web Interpret.
Yeah.
And it sounded fantastic.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
And it probably is still a good idea.
I think it is a good idea.
We
yeah.
want to make that really absolutely clear.
This could just be coincidence. So our sales could just be totally crap, and that's the end of it. But it is a coincidence that they started to become this terrible at the point at which I agreed to go onto this European Sales Booster program. Now, this Sales Booster program is by a company called Web Interpret. I think it will be a good idea. However,
we still think it's going to be a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a couple of things that should have happened, isn't there?
Yeah. Well,
and they didn't.
Should I explain that?
Yeah.
What happened is like I said, when I logged into eBay, I got this lovely screen saying, "Welcome to the European Sales Booster," like an invitation. I accepted the invitation. Now, what was meant to happen and this is like at the beginning of October, what was meant to happen is that company, Web Interpret, is meant to pick some of your listings that it reckons are going to sell abroad in one of the European websites, and with no insertion fee, they're meant to translate and list your most likely to sell listings in Germany, Spain, France, and Italy. And apparently that's like another 20 million customers or something like that. So the idea was that they were meant to go and do that. Now, I must have not clicked on, but when I read all the blurb, I should have received an email to say when a listing had been translated, and it just didn't happen.
No.
And you're also meant to get like an email to say when one of your listings that they've translated has sold.
Yeah.
So in theory, my listings or our listings should have been shown on more eBay websites than ever before, right?
That's right.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Yeah, nothing happened. We didn't get any emails. We didn't get anything. And like I said, it could just be a coincidence, but absolutely nothing happened. And then our eBay sales just have been really slow.
Yeah, we can't say that there's a connection between the two, so
No.
I don't want to put that out there.
I know. I mean, we kind of are insinuating it.
Well, no, because I think our sales have been rubbish anyway. So I just,
Yeah.
it's just that time really.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been, like I said, it was a bit weird because it's a coincidence. It was very coincidental timing, and a lot of people in the chat are saying, hi fake Rachel, hi Hixie as well, Chris A as well, Smart Reselling Darren, he's saying it as well. Everyone's saying that the sales have been slow on eBay, and I get that they've been slow, but we've got more listed than we've ever had. And for whatever reason, either not even one of my listings was translated and put onto this. And I'm wondering whether they did something in the back end which has affected sales, which is a bit weird.
Yeah.
And I turned it off today. And touch wood, we've had a couple of sales. Now, again, that's coincidence. It could be coincidence.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's been good. We've had a couple of good sales come in, and I'm hoping it's gonna work. But I do want to try this European Sales Booster. So it'd be interesting to know if any one of you guys in the chat has had the European Sales Boosters. Hi Nick, how are you? It would be interesting to see whether anyone else has had an invitation for this and whether they've taken it up, because the idea of the Sales Booster is really good, isn't it? I mean,
it is. It sounds like such a good idea, having your listing on 4 other sites.
To automatically have your, and the thing is, you only need to create your listing on eBay UK, and it for free they insert it, they translate and insert it into eBay Italy, eBay Germany, eBay Spain, and France. So they automatically do that for you, which is brilliant. And so in theory, your listing is going to be on those eBay websites. It's going to be more visible. You should sell more. And I've seen a lot of people talking about how it's worked for them.
Yeah.
But nothing happens.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We have read that it has actually been working well for other people as well. So it must just be like one of those things. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Some of the listings we did check, Darren, they didn't. It was really hard to find. I couldn't find some of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they did anything or not, but I've turned it off. I've revoked access. And I think what happened was even though I'd accepted the invitation, eBay hadn't given the relevant permission to this company, I guess, because none of my listings were translated, nothing. But I had like a crazy, we had a crazy effect on our sales. And like I said, up to 840 something listings. We're doing what we usually do, and for some reason it wasn't happening. By the way, guys, can I just say we've got 55 people in here, which is absolutely fantastic. Really appreciate it. And as soon as you say that, it drops to 53. But that's fine. But that's cool. But yeah, it was just something that it's been stressing us out a little bit, hasn't it? Last couple of weeks, because we're working through it.
We are trying to stay positive. We do try and just keep focused, keep listing, keep working, sourcing, whatever we
Julie said last week I made 2 sales to Italy, 1 to Russia without a boost. To keep it turned off sounds rubbish. That's how we're feeling at the moment, Julie. Since turning it off, like I said, we've had like 3 sales come in this afternoon since having it turned off. And
you switched it off a little bit earlier today, didn't you?
Just a little bit this afternoon, So it's one of those things. Amanda says, wait till you see the 55 jump up later as soon as you mention the sniffing and swinging. Guys, I don't I hope you guys aren't just tuning in for sniffing.
And swinging.
I can't just sniff on demand. I mean,
are you sure?
No, it's I don't know. It's like a reflex action. Like I'll pick something up and I might have to smell it, but it's got to be a reason.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, that's the thing, Nick. Even the things that we sold during the week internationally, they were through GSP. What I'm wondering is whether accepting this invitation and then whatever miscommunication there was between eBay and WebInterpret meant that like my account was in some kind of a limbo where a lot of my sales weren't getting shown. It was just very shocking because we've not had sales be this slow, especially with the amount of work we've recently put in. Etc. And it's I mean, check it out, guys. The European Sales Booster from WebInterpret, it's there. Larry Master says he's just in. Have I missed any sniffing?
No sniffing has
no sniffing has happened. I don't want to disappoint you guys, but does Bec smell? I did smell Bec earlier. Yeah, I always smell her hair. I like smelling her hair.
That nearly sounded really odd.
And she smells good. Jeez, man, I really put my foot in now. Oh God, what? We shouldn't be talking about things like this. Chris says he's got an A to Z bolo sniff off. Are you wearing product specs? That's up to you to answer, really.
What, in my hair?
I don't know. What, in your hair?
Yeah, I use like an oil, don't I? So
you use something. Yeah. Nick, can you stop trolling in the chat?
Okay.
Do your kids watch this? God, I hope not.
No, they don't. Yesterday when we were on chat I did actually go out and ask Hannah. I was like, because she was like glued to her phone smiling, and I was like, what is she doing? What is she doing? And I went,
watch this.
What are you watching? And she went, oh no, I'm just chatting to a friend. Okay.
So that's fine. So that was the first thing we wanted to talk about, our appalling sales for the week, even though we've boosted through some listings, and I reckon that our sales, I've just got a feeling positive. We've had some good sales this afternoon, and it's going to happen. So it's definitely
things
something.
Will turn around. We know they will turn around.
I mean,
we really do believe that things will get better. So
yeah, so that's Ad says, well, you can tell this is a reseller chat. Yeah, it's not. Now the main topic of this chat, guys, was and is because we're going to stick to it.
You're kind of skipping a bit.
Am I?
Yeah.
Although she's gotten stuff written down, guys. She's so organized. So, MJ's there, but I'm not going to bring him out because he's so cool. Yeah, Nick says, if your kids are anything like Ellen, they'll be mortified about your YouTube stardom. I wouldn't call it stardom, but yes, they're mortified anyway. The fact that we think we're that cool to go on YouTube.
We do want to
well, the main topic today is like I said, working with your other half. We've been doing it for 3 months. Before that, if you want to set the scene, you were working full time.
Yeah, and you're skipping.
What am I skipping?
We're going to talk about whether there were any returns or any issues.
Oh no, there were no returns.
There we go.
There were no returns.
We had no returns, no issues this week.
This week, there were no major issues. No, there were returns, but they were like simple, like bam, okay, whatever, dealt with. There's one outstanding issue where a guy bought a controller from us, like a one of those PlayStation third-party controllers.
We're waiting for him to send it back.
We're waiting for him to send it back. He's got 10 days to go, but that's it. So that's all it is. But other than that, there's no returns, no issues. Like I said, we've been listing like beasts. We've gotten through all of those rubber stamps.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of so glad of
that actually.
Yeah.
I'd like to list something different now.
Yeah. She's gone through boxes of stamps, literally like a big box, a crate. Box. Yeah, like 200 odd stamps. We had a nice stamp sale as well, didn't we? Today, £12 for one single stamp. So that is lovely.
I'm not sure if that was a one that I listed.
You listed it as new. It was new. It was new. Yeah, it was a new stamp. But still, 12 quid for a stamp. I mean, considering we've got like so many of the buggers, that's fantastic.
And they have been selling actually.
Yeah, we've sold a couple since the listing has started, so it's definitely there.
Something that's just going to tick over, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So, like I said, 842 listings, done the craft stamps. We're hoping to get through a load more stuff. We've also, like Bec, you've switched back to going to listing directly on eBay. Have a quick chat about that as well. Yeah. We did use Turbo Lister for a bit.
Yeah, and I got on really well with Turbo Lister. I actually really liked it, mainly because I found listing on eBay really clunky and really slow. And I'm probably the most impatient person in the world, because I find it so frustrating if I have to wait for a little spinny thing on the computer to go around. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, it is.
I am, aren't I?
You're really impatient.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, you want it to work. But also the cool thing about doing it on the platform itself, on the website itself, it means we're both going to be able to work together and do drafts, which is really good.
And I absolutely love listing on eBay now, since it's changed, like the listing like
layout and everything
like that,
using the seller hub.
It's so much quicker getting the photos on. It's really quick. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Nick says, look at the huge watch. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you out there. You had to move again.
I have to watch you because you fling your arms.
I know.
Okay. And I'm like,
Yeah, so the hub's listing on the hub looks really good. It's very clear. The page isn't big. You don't have to scroll down or anything. And plus the templates are very quick as well. You can sort out a lot more templates. So we're going to be doing that, and like I said, it will allow us to do both be working on draft listings, which will be fantastic. Yeah. It's a lot quicker. Photos you were surprised about, weren't you, as well? Yeah. How quickly they...
Yeah, the photos I really like. And it's just so easy to kind of move them around and, where you want to place them. Like, if you're not happy with the first picture that it chooses, you can kind of play around with it. And it's just so simple. Yeah, definitely.
So we've kind of given Turbo Lister the boot then, haven't we? We that's the thing, guys. We love to try new things out, whatever it is. This is reselling related, obviously. We like to try things out and just see whether it works for us. Sometimes you have to give it a chance. You might find actually we liked Turbo Lister when we were using it, but then we hadn't tried the new seller hub listing method. And
the thing is, the reason why I probably liked Turbo Lister was like the whole able to make your own templates and stuff like that. I understand eBay does that, so we probably will play around with more of that side of it. Because especially if we sell similar items a lot of the time, I mean, it was brilliant for the stamps because it was just, you know, I had 2 templates that I worked from, and it was a case of, is it used, is it new?
Right. Done. Yeah. I don't think she didn't actually save an actual template for the stamps, or did you do?
No, because originally I was doing a lot of the stamps on Turbo Lister. It's only this week that I switched over to eBay, and then I just thought, well, I'm near the end of it anyway, so I just did sell similar. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that's basically our weekly update in terms of reselling. So now we're going to talk about the main topic. So we're trying to give this a bit of structure, and I don't know how it's going. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Let us know by giving the chat a massive thumbs up. Smash that like button.
We did get a couple of comments about the new eBay listing page. I think it was Carla that said that she liked it. As well.
Okay. A lot of people are putting in positive comments. Nick as well. Carla as well. Mrs. H prefers it as well. Len Smith says photos upload.
It's really nice. I really like it. I really do prefer this.
And Miss Fielder prefers Octiva. That's fine. So it's pretty positive out there for the new Seller Hub. So hopefully everyone will get that. I mean, I will say I find it a bit awkward to check things. It all looks a bit different.
I think it's just getting used to it though, because we were used to having it a certain way, but now it looks a bit different, and you have to kind of play around with.
I do like how you can see what you're doing compared to last year as well, which I think is fantastic. I think that's one nice little feature. Okay, but like I said, now we're going to stop talking about the reselling side of it. I'm going to talk about what is still reselling related, and it's about how we get on. How we have found getting on. So before this, Bec used to work full time, about 40 plus hours a week, and I was at home by myself. And at that time, I think I struggled with my time management.
You did.
Yeah. What I mean by that is I got distracted very easily.
You still get distracted.
Yeah, I get distracted easily.
Nothing much has changed.
But there is a difference, isn't there? I'm more productive now, wouldn't you say?
I'd say definitely you've improved.
And I think
it's the mornings and afternoons that I'm not here. That I come home and I go, what have you done? Oh, this and that.
No, but I did stuff today, didn't I?
You did.
I did loads today. Did you see the office?
It was a mess.
But that means stuff was happening, right?
Well, it was an improvement on yesterday.
Exactly. There was loads happening. I've got loads of, so one thing I'll say is one of the benefits of Bec being here has been, it's definitely improved my productivity. I would say that. Now, in terms of being around each other so much, how have you found that? Be honest.
I found it really frustrating at first.
Mainly
because I came from a job where I was in charge and I was giving, telling people what to do, what they need to do for the day. I was setting out the rotors and things like that. To come on board and
not be in charge,
told what to do by this guy.
By the likes of me.
So I was just getting so frustrated with him to begin with. I mean, I'm going to be brutally honest. I was.
No, that's fine.
Really frustrated with you.
Why? Because I was in charge.
Probably,
because it wasn't very good.
No, it was just, I think it was sometimes the way you would just kind of hover over me to check on things, and I would just be like, just come out and say that I'm doing something wrong, rather than just hovering around and then just stand there going,
Is that what
it was frustrating.
Okay, so we did have this little friction in the beginning, didn't we? Definitely. So did. Bec was learning the listing on how to use Turbo Lister, but it was little things, wasn't it? It was little nuances that you have to pick up about what keywords to use, and I mean, it
was all important stuff that you were trying to pass on.
Ben's
to me.
giving me some good advice here. Change the subject. See,
You asked me. I'm gonna be honest. You know what?
But this is important because Bec, do you give him a list of jobs to do when you're out at work?
I don't, but I really should. Mrs. H, I really feel like I should.
I think.
I mean, I did turn around and say, "Oh, can you make sure there's some photos on the camera so when I get home I can, get some listings up straight away or whatever." So I do like little bits like that, but no, I don't leave in the list.
Quit. See while you're behind. think of the children. Hi, Steve. Steve's in the chat as well.
And Chris A, actually, me and Zahir share the cooking, so
we all I think what it is like we did find that a bit of friction. You did find it annoying that I was hovering around you while you were doing listings, and it was, I think, just being around each other, it creates, it's a bit like the Big Brother house, when you get people and you make them share a small space.
And spending we get on anyway. But spending so much time together.
It pushes that, doesn't it? Even we do get on, like we hang around a lot and we do enjoy each other's company. But when you're working, I think it does affect it. Everyone's saying pot of noodle, not cooking. Chris, I'll have I cook a mean curry.
He does.
Yeah, really good curry. Girls prefer mine because yours is spicy.
Mine's too spicy.
She puts in too much spice. So,
is that payback?
No, I'm just saying, the girls prefer mine. Just putting it out there. So yours was good today, though. It was nice.
Was it?
Yeah, it was nice.
I didn't put too much spice.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, but so we found that definitely, and it was. God, why? So we found that there was a bit of, there's a little bit of friction. You got to remember, we're working in this one office now. This is actually something that Nick and Andrea mentioned. They've got separate office spaces.
I love that idea.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We've ironed out most of our differences now. I think we know how to work around each other. Yeah. And when we stop working, we do go and do our own things, don't we?
We found it's really important to give each other space.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the work.
Yeah, so when we stop working, you'll go off and you'll chill out and do something that you're interested in, whether that be a bit of knitting, crochet, whatever, reading or whatever it is, because you love, reading on your Kindle and whatever, and I'll carry on doing whatever stuff I do, which I'm not sure what it is, but I do stuff, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do stuff.
Mainly involves a computer.
Yeah, it always involves a computer. My PC, I love my PC.
I know you do.
Yeah. So I love messing around with my PC, to be honest. But anyway, so we've learnt to give each other that space, and we appreciate that space. And then we still obviously spend time together, socializing, etc. But like the office space idea, I mean, Andrea and Nick mentioned how they've got separate rooms, and I think at some point that would be really good, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's definitely something we've considered, isn't it? And we're just like, at the moment,
Julie wants skateboarding. I'd love to do.
It's actually got, is it two?
I've got two now. I've got two. But the only problem with skateboarding is it's a bit embarrassing because I'm quite old and fat, and I don't want to just. Do you know what I mean? There's kids on this road, and if they see me, like...
Yeah, I know. They'd be laughing. I mean, when you went out on the road with your RC, man, the kids were laughing at you.
No, but come on, that was hobby grade, it's not just a toy. But so we're definitely gotten used to it. We definitely want to have a separate office space at some point, and the other thing is busyness, right? You found that currently you're not finding that you've got enough to do.
No.
Which is kind of my fault, because or is it? I mean, I don't know. How would you say?
Whether it's your fault. I mean, we have got a little bit of a backlog of stock now, haven't we?
Yeah. A small backlog, but it's not enough, is it?
Yeah, it's not enough, and that's what.
And if I start listing as well. Because pretty much since Bec's come on board, you've taken over the listing. So I spend all day photographing because you don't really like, you're not used to the camera.
But I have said to you, with the RC stuff, you're going to have to list that stuff because I'm just like,
well, I mean, that's the other thing. Bec's really good at listing stuff that I hate as well, because you like clothes, like you know, she will be happy to get measurements out. Sheldon Sparks just put a comment there saying, just wondering if our aim is to end up like Jen and Ryan. If we could end up as 50% as good as those guys, we'd be over the moon, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys are a massive inspiration.
Our aim eventually is for both of us to do everything pretty much, because what also concerns us is like if one of us is sick, at least the other one can kind of carry on. So that is our main thing, and that means like sourcing, post, you know, listing, photographs. It means everything.
Well, Nick's just said when you have downtime, trawl locally listed stuff for bargains, and that's just what we were talking about. That Bec wants to get. At the moment, I think Bec feels you feel a little bit not as useful in a sense because you're doing a lot of listing, but you want to learn, and we need you to, because like you said, what if one of us becomes sick? What if I was ill? We'd need you to still go out and source. You know, because I do all the sourcing. You know, you need to know how to use the camera and take the shots that we need. You can edit the photos now, you can list them. You need to get in on the packaging side of things as well. So yeah, we definitely we want to get to the stage where we're interchangeable. You know, like so we can both do everything. So
it's kind of like, it doesn't matter which one of us is actually here. We can just get on and
because just to remind you guys, like Bec has only just started this. You know, you've not been in this whatsoever, and it's kind of like deep end.
I mean, back in February, I had like a week where I was learning how to do listings and things like that, and it was quite literally just learning.
Darren said, "What if I bought my skateboard?" And Nick says, "I bounce." That's a funny comment. So I had to stop. I didn't mean to cut you off. Cheeky kids. Yeah, but that is funny.
You do bounce.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. So yeah, I mean, that's the aim for us to. The aim is for us to become interchangeable. And I mean, that's not to say that we won't do what we're good at. You know, I think I'm really good at taking photos quickly. So I'd continue to do that. Obviously, testing certain stuff I enjoy doing, like the AV stuff or the electronics. You know, I think it's just more of a system. Steve Hixie just actually took the words there. You two will do great. Need a system in place. You know, and I think that's the thing. And you know, we both bring different things. We're building up. It's exciting times.
It is exciting. I mean, it's
it was a bit of a setback, you having to go back to work. But we needed it, didn't we?
But I was getting too bored though. That's the thing. We just weren't busy enough for me to be here. Like I'd finish listing, I'd be like, "Now what do you want me to do?"
Yeah, and like we're running out of stuff to list, and you know, and just for cash flow as well, because having money tied up, definitely. But Heatherwood says you'll be interchangeable when Bec starts wearing baseball hats. Only reason I'm wearing this, really, guys, is my hair is just it's astonishing.
I think he really does need to get it cut. And there have been a couple of comments about get your hair cut.
Just look at that.
There you go. It's flattened though, because it actually goes like really crazy as well. So it's all flat at the minute because he's got his cap on.
And it all comes out on sides,
Yeah. Like, just get it cut, man.
I don't know. I'm getting it cut.
Just get it cut.
Okay, well, that's the thing that we wanted to talk about. So what we're going to do is we're going to just scroll back and have a look at a few of the questions that we had coming. By the way, guys, we've got 71 people watching. I am astonished. How long have we been talking for?
I don't know.
How can you tell? Damn it.
We've been streaming for 33 minutes.
Oh, sweet. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Felt like it was longer. Big Nick says you're not brave enough to find a northern hairdresser. Yeah, I mean, I'm you know what, with hairdressing and things,
you don't like it the best.
I don't like it. It's just I don't like getting my hair cut.
What it takes is me to nag him like constantly, and then
I'll do it. So we'll see.
And I've been going on for about a week now, so it's just a matter of time.
Yeah. We're gonna do. If you guys have got any questions you want to ask, please pop them into the chat with question, and we'll answer that. It did feel way longer. That's not a bad thing. Ads is with me, hates having his hair cut. Yes, if you guys want to ask any questions, please put question and answer questions, and we'll go through a few that have come through. Shestastic asks, how are you doing for storage space? Good.
We're doing okay at the moment.
Yeah. We've come into quite a few items that are like smaller. We've shipped some stuff to Amazon, which is if we didn't do that, we'd be in deep shit, wouldn't we? So
yeah, we've got fair amount up at Amazon, and we managed to cope with what we've got here as well.
And a lot of it is tidying as well, because you're always going on. One thing is Bec is very into her tidiness and organized like thing, and it makes a bit of a pain, but it does mean that the office stays more organized. I'm just saying. Yeah, you said you wanted to be truthful.
Yeah, I
know. Yeah, good. Right.
I expect some mistakes.
Hooper has a question for you guys. What's Bec's speciality in items to buy? What's she interested in? So what do you think you're going to be into when you start sourcing?
I don't know really, to be quite honest. I've got loads of different interests. Like I like craft and knitting and crochet and stuff like that. So I love doing all of that. And yeah, probably clothes, kids stuff as well. Probably get more into that side of things. I mean, you pick up a few bits and pieces, but I think we could do way better on the kids stuff. In my opinion, it's just
something we could do. Darren Smart asks, how are you enjoying your life as a reseller so far, and any particular items you'd love to pick up?
I'm enjoying being a reseller.
Yeah anything you'd like to pick up?
I'm a reseller.
Yeah, you're a reseller. Yeah, you're a reseller.
No, I do. I have been enjoying it, actually. I really have. Like we've already explained, I would love to kind of be in the point where I am confident in sourcing. Because I mean, I'm surprised Zahir hasn't brought it up, but when I do source, I'm really not confident, and often I'll walk away from a store and then I'll go, "Oh, Zahir, did you see this?" And then he'll go, "No, take me back there," kind of thing. And then I go back and look at it, and then it's like, "Why didn't you just speak up?" Because that's more quite confidence.
Definitely,
I think anything else.
She's actually pretty good at she's actually good at finding stuff. She's got a good gut, but you don't act on it.
No.
And then you'll come to me like after the fact, and luckily sometimes the stuff's there, sometimes it's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Amanda Rossi says it all comes with time, Bec.
Yeah.
So it's David Morse asks a question: have the stamps started selling? Yes, I think we've sold 3 now. I think, and we had one which sold for £12 today, which was nice. So that's quite good considering we paid 20 for the whole lot. Darren suggesting put a bowl around my head and cut around it.
I'm tempted, actually. That would be the next option.
Daniel has a question. Are you buying stock for Christmas yet? We bought stock for Christmas in August. We've already
done it.
Yeah, we did that. We sent some stuff up ages ago with the specific mindset that we were hoping to get it all shifted when it comes to Christmas. So we're just hoping that's going to pay off for us.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm hoping.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, let's have a look. It's question: have you had any luck with auctions near you lately, David Morse asks? Yes and no. We haven't been to that many.
Not recently.
No, we've not been to. I thought I would have gone to quite a few more. It's one of those things that I find that it's a bit different. I mean, Hixie and Ken Chapman, those guys, I think for them, the auctions here, they're perfect. They love the kind of stuff that there is.
We kind of don't know enough about that side, though. I mean,
something we need to improve on.
Learning.
Yeah, we have to learn a bit more to get more out of them.
But I can't remember who touched on it this week. Was it Rakin or was it Bonafide? I remember watching one of their videos, and they said when you move to a new area, you have to kind of learn. I think it was Bonafide actually. You have to learn what's around in your area, what's popular, what's good to pick up, because you know, items vary depending on where you live, and that's what we have definitely found.
Yeah.
With a move, anyway.
Yeah, so that's definitely something to bear in mind, actually. Yeah. So, you know, we're gonna obviously have to learn a bit more about auction, kind of antique-y type stuff. It's just different. You know, it's just. You know, it's a bit different, but again, the other option we've got is to travel a bit further out, and there are auctions which I think
they're in traveling distance.
They're in traveling distance,
you know, 50 minutes to an hour away. So if we need to travel for more of the items that we're kind of comfortable picking up, then we will do.
Then we will, exactly. Then we will. So.
Or you will.
No, you will as well. The idea is you will as well. So,
I'm just putting that out there, you know.
Yeah.
You can drive what we do on driving. So.
Jason Entwistle also asked, have you been to the auction in Blackpool, Ford sales rooms? I've not been there, Jason. I've seen the website, but again, it looks a bit antique, a bit fancy.
But I mean, we were talking about this the other evening, like, you know, which is a bit of a downfall at the moment. We're checking out the catalogues online and not actually going to the auction and checking it out.
Yeah.
And what we found is one of the auctions that we did go to, we actually liked a lot of the stuff that was there. So
yeah, sometimes just seeing it on paper isn't the same as seeing it.
That's the one thing that we've agreed to do is like this week coming now, is to actually go to some of these auctions and go, right, that's it. We're going to go and set out this morning and have a look and then decide whether we do want to bid or not.
We have Richard Payne asks, have you been back to that massive charity shop again, hoping to go to a new largish one near me tomorrow? We've not been since, have we?
We try not to go into Preston too much.
We've become real. We avoid going to towns, which sounds really silly, but we do avoid going to towns. Just to say bye to Nick, he's off to play PlayStation 4 VR around his mate's house, jamming it. But I mean, we avoid going to town if we can.
It's mainly because we've really been enjoying like the relaxed kind of
lifestyle.
Probably a little bit
too much. I think we still need to get our feet fully under the table, as it were. So we will be going at some point, definitely again. Darren asks, what is the next goal you want to reach? 1,000 listings on eBay, and then focusing a lot more on Amazon.
I definitely want to get up to 1,000 listings. I'm hoping to do that in the next month or two.
Depending on what we can find, obviously.
Other than that, I can't really think of anything. Other than what we've already discussed, like just, you know, becoming like stronger within reselling.
And making the business grow enough that it demands all your time rather than some of your time. So that's what we've got to do. Let's have a look. David Morse, have you got any move controllers to cash in on? I haven't. No, I didn't get in on that. We haven't seen any, to be honest. It's one of those things that we've not looked. You know, we've not come across when we've been sourcing. I don't think even when I was down south, I didn't really see any move controllers. So something to look at. Hixie goes, don't look at the catalogue, just go. Sometimes catalogue can put you off.
That's the problem, Hixie, is that has been putting us off recently, actually. We have been put off by the catalogues.
Big Nick asks question, do you think you're going to make enough to meet your kids' Christmas dreams?
Of course.
Well, luckily our daughters don't really ask for much, do they? They don't.
They're really fantastic.
They're not. Really they've just. It'll be weird, the stuff they ask for. It's are you sure that's what you want?
We've got Hannah's birthday coming up, and she's asked us for just
some Sims expansion packs or something. It's like
the ones that she's missing, and she's only missing about 3. So she's like,
exactly. Tomorrow we're going to be going off to car boot again. Hopefully car booting. Couple of car boots.
And I can't remember if we've got. There's a jumble sale tomorrow.
I don't know if it's tomorrow. I think there may be a jumble sale coming up. I'm not sure. I think, or there's this there's that place that we haven't looked at in Lancaster.
We wanted to check out that place as well.
So there's a couple of places we're going to go to. But I mean, it's been a fantastic chat, guys. We've got 72 people in here, so it's brilliant. I really appreciate everyone's support, all the questions. We really enjoyed doing this weekly chat. Hopefully, any crutch cam footage happening. No, crutch cam has been shelved because of concerns of how it may look, right? I mean,
it was pure placement.
So I've got it here, but it's cool, isn't it?
But if Sahir wants to go out and film, that's fine. But I think,
Sarah asks the question: where do you check jumble sales? Notice boards, like village or town notice boards. The last one I found was Sainsbury's, so it comes up.
They always check their board, and also in like the post office as well. They always kind of advertise jumble sales as well. So.
MJ might use Crutch Can.
That might be
leave
good
poor MJ alone, man.
Carry MJ
He's
around.
just chilling, yeah. Okay, well, guys, thank you very much for watching. 71 people, got 36 thumbs up. Yes. Please thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. It's brilliant, really. And we will see you guys next week. I'm going to be on the chat with Nick on Tuesday.
Yes.
With Raking Profit, hopefully. So that'll be really cool. It's just awesome. So that's something we're going to be doing. And thanks everyone for watching. We're going to see you. We're going to see you next Friday. Yeah. Unless we do like. We're going to do videos in between. Yeah, we'll do videos in between. Okay.